Awfully good?
No, it's
No, just
awful,
awful.
awful. Just straight up awful.
What the heck, man? Come on now.
I,
What's that?
yeah, I ain't got the right phone to pull up the shit on Discord. This the phone that my Discord don't work.
There we go. We're on the Twitches, the Twitchers.
We're live,
Yeah.
so look like this on the live.
Yeah. I look like this on the live.
Yeah, you. I mean, sometimes you look like the modern version of Teen Wolf's dad.
Who?
Well, I grew out my beard the past year because my son got into my beard trimmer and like lost all the pieces, and I was like, fuck it. So I really didn't mean to like grow out my beard, and plus, it must be that the
There we
times
go.
the the few times that I absolutely have to wear a mask, it's like then my beard's like, oh, we're doing that forever. So if you had noticed on the videos, my beard would always like kind of like go out like this. I could not get it out of that. Like shower all the stuff and shampoo it. It would still, once it dried, it would go back into that cup mask.
Ah.
It's like once a mask goes on it, it flips out, and I was like, man, this is ugly as shit. Because I remember
Yeah.
when I grew up my beard before, it was very majestic, and not anymore with the mask and all that.
I don't wear masks anymore.
Well, I mean, I don't either, but like if I go to like with my work, sometimes I'll have to go into like a doctor's office or something, and normally they kind of make you.
Yeah.
If I do my actual job, I wear my mask just because people are all up in my face, and then I got to come home to a new baby. But if I'm doing night merch, is what it's called, then I don't wear my mask because I only have to be around that many people.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it makes sense.
It's terrible. I hate putting it on and taking it off. It's like I just get used to there being no air, and then once you take it off, it's like freedom.
There was one time when we had to wear masks. I was at work, and then when I went to McDonald's through the drive-thru and I had it down, I looked at it. I was like, dude, there's a big old zit on my nose. What is I going around work like this with this white ass zit on my nose? And I was like realizing, oh, nobody's seen it anyway. I was wearing a mask. So, but it was probably
That's
the mask.
the craziest part.
It's probably the mask.
So many
that caused
people, they like at work. There was a lot of people that started when COVID happened, and nobody knew what their face looked like. Then you see them in the break room, you're like, "Oh, that's you? That's you under there? Oh, dang!"
Yeah, it's weird, man. And pretty much everybody, like eyes are pretty no matter what. Like on pretty much everybody, unless you got fucked up eyes. And so like everybody with a mask on generally just looks like, you know, Melina, or you know, you don't know that Melina has all those teeth.
Yeah, I
because she
saw
takes-
there's some snaggle teeth underneath the mask. Piranha mouth. Ugh.
Oh, I'm doing the pumpkin pie again. Oh, but
Yeah.
it does not taste like pussy. Just so you know.
Okay. Well, all right.
Okay. So are you
That was
gonna
first
get?
and foremost.
Are you gonna be? Are you gonna be inebriated and fuck up the end of the show again?
I didn't fuck up the end of the show before.
Well, you fucked up the recordings.
I didn't fuck up the recordings. I made them better.
I submit that you have not, sir.
Mm.
But it's delicious.
I can get down on some pumpkin spice coffee, but that's about it.
I I I do a lot of pumpkin stuff, but I was pretty much against pumpkin beer for a long time because I think it was just like lagers and ales and stuff. But once I had this porter, which is actually pumpkin pie, so it has the nutmeg and all that kind of stuff, is very good. So I can get down with that.
You're speaking a whole nother language to me because I am famously not a drinker. Never drank in my life.
I'm not very much of a drinker. It's rare when I drink.
Well, you know what
Um,
nutmeg is, but I mean, I wasn't really seeing much like beer lingo. Like
What does lager mean? Is that like a thicker beer?
lager is like your basic, like a Budweiser is a lager, but it's
Ah, okay.
yeah. So
I don't know anything about beer. I've tried a beer maybe once or twice, and I'm just not into the taste of beer. Just doesn't work for me. And and then people are like, oh, you should try this. No, 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 because I'm not gonna waste my money, and I'm not gonna waste your money. I had some coworkers. Well, we ended up with a Saturday. We didn't have any jobs. So Friday after they got finished with their jobs, a couple of the guys they bought a few of the guys. They actually bought a case of fucking Coronas, and they were just in front of the job, just getting lit. They offered me something, and I was just like, nah, you don't want to waste that shit on me. But actually, it was funny. I was outside with them while they were drinking, and this shit was hilarious. Like they were like a couple of them was getting twisted, and I'm like, like you know what I mean? I don't know. It's I don't understand. I don't understand drinking to the extent of which people drink. I've never understood like this drinking is gonna make me feel good for like a little bit, and then I'm gonna feel awful all day tomorrow.
well, getting drunk is different. Like I don't like getting drunk.
Well, I'm a cheap drunk, so it doesn't take much.
Right.
It doesn't take much for me at all. Like, look, last year for my birthday, I bought me a few wine coolers to drink. I got through one and a half, and I was fucked up. It was the regular old, like the Seagrams or whatever the fuck you want to call them. I was fucked up.
Was it the pink ones? The ones that the ladies get at the bowling alley?
I had it was a blue one and a kind of a light red one.
Light red. Okay.
Light red as in pink.
Nah, it was a little bit more redder than the pink one. I did have a pink one. That was the third one that I bought.
Hmm.
Um, the pink one was the third one that I bought, but I didn't make it to that day. So there's a pink one and there's a light red. Like this, you can clearly tell the difference between pink and light red.
uh.
I'm just saying, it wasn't all the way red, but it was light red.
Mm.
But yeah, we were talking about not being excited about anything. Blue asked me a question, and I really thought about it, and I did not have an answer for him. He said, "What games was I interested in for the rest of the year?" I had no answer, none. Like,
I got three. I might not play any of them, but I'm interested in three.
what you got?
The next three
Um,
Destiny seasons.
that makes four. Yeah, because the next season starts December 6th or something like that. But Callisto Protocol, um, the remake of Dead Space, which is Callisto Protocol proper, and God of War, the new God of War Ragnarok.
I didn't finish the first God of War. I got pretty deep in it. Well, I think I made it. I was, I don't know how deep in this was, but apparently where I was right before he goes to get the blades.
I Same story for me. I was pretty well into it. I don't know where I'm at now. I don't even know if my save is still there because I started on the PS4 and I traded that in when I got the PS5. So I don't know if my save is still there, but I got some into the original God of War. I don't know if I'll try and replay that or just go right to Ragnarok or just wait on the whole thing.
Yeah, I had it when me and Blue were game sharing at one point. I had it because he had it, and that's when I was playing. And then I have no idea why I stopped, but it didn't hit me like the other ones did. Like the open world stuff was cool, but like having to adjust to using the axe and
Mm-hmm.
like using the bumpers and the triggers instead of the face buttons was weird.
Yeah, I feel like it was something about like having to push something to make the axe come back was weird to me, and I just couldn't really. I'm like, I throw it, and then I just keep hitting buttons, and I'm like using my hands. I'm like, no, I want to use axe. Oh, I got to bring it back, and yeah,
Yeah. I did a lot of that in the beginning. Like I throw the axe and then forget to press the button and just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna punch this nigga, yo. Like you know what I mean? Like it's
Well,
just like that.
once you get used to it, like you're like bring letting the axe go far away, and then you'll like move to where when you bring it back, it's going through enemies and stuff. It's some it's
Yeah, I
pretty
don't think I
fun.
got that. I don't think I got that deep into it. Like I really didn't. I did. There's other games that I started and then just lost interest after like being super interested that first sitting and then all of a sudden like I had nothing. Like Shadow Mordor did that for me.
hmm
And I own Shadow of Mordor. Well, I own it on PlayStation. And I that after that first sitting, I have zero interest in that game. And I bought it. And then Witcher 2, something else that I paid for on the I paid for it on the 360. And I got past the intro because the intro was the part that I played at PAX East. And when I played at PAX East, I was like, yo, this is awesome. But it's like, yo, this is just the intro of the game. Once I got to the place where everything kind of opened up, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. So I just stopped and never fucking went back. It's like I like the directed experience. I did not like the open worldness of it. But I still own the game. Matter of fact, I own it on multiple platforms because I own it on PC also.
oh.
Somebody got it for me on PC. I think it was Blue. So I think Blue gave me a code or something. But but yeah, so it's really just kind of like I don't know. I think the only game that I really was excited for this year is Two Point Campus. I don't really have no excitement for anything else.
Cause
You know,
like Redfall isn't coming out until next year, right?
a lot of stuff got pushed, but even that stuff, I'm not. I'm way more of a wait and see type person than I ever was. I think Outriders really changed that for me because I was really excited for Outriders, and then Outriders was just kind of and other than the cross platformness of it, like Outriders is just really of a game. I thought it was going to I thought it was going to scratch that I thought it was going to scratch that itch, that loot grind itch that I got from playing games like Borderlands, Destiny, and Division. Even though Destiny shouldn't count because it's not like you're really getting that much loot. Like most of the shit that you get from Destiny is trash. It's just trash. It Destiny should not be it should not be considered a looter shooter at all.
Well, a lot of the stuff you get in Borderlands is trash, but like you just get
Yeah,
so
but it's
much of it.
fun trash. Like you get so much of it. You can find something that you can actually use, and like even if you only use it for a few minutes, it's some fun level to it. Like you know what I mean. I got this shit that does corrosive and fucking electricity on the just the press of a button. I can switch back and forth between them, or just like something like that. Destiny doesn't have that. Destiny is just like like you occasionally get something cool, but like you have to like really search like the for lack of a better term, the talents and stuff that are on the weapons to kind of get a feel for what you're going to be able to use it for. It's not about the weapon itself, it's about the talents and stuff that it has. And then when you finally get something that you really like you spend all of your fucking shards and stuff like that upgrading that weapon so you can keep that one because it doesn't make sense to move to anything else because this is the shit that I like.
I mean,
Upgrade system, you're
I
kind of
mean, I
handicapped.
get that. I mean, since Taken King, not Taken King, Queen, what is it? The last thing?
Witch Queen.
Witch Queen. There we go. I know it's some sort of monarch, but it,
Technically, I'm a monarch also. It's my high school's mascot.
oh,
Monarch.
okay. The yeah, ever since that came out, I've pretty much, until I just get tired of it, been using a God roll funnel web pretty much for everything because it works pretty much for everything I need to do.
Yeah,
Funnel
like I said,
web is real good.
you find that one or two things the one or two things that you like in Destiny, and you just kind of roll with that. You kind of keep all of the cool shit in like your vault and stuff like that, but you're not actually going to use any of that shit unless someone comes out with a new meta. It was like, oh yeah, this is the new shit. This is the new hotness. Like y'all need to go back and use this weapon with these other abilities. Blah blah blah. Whatever the fuck, and then you end up like and then you might end up going back and playing with that. But like most of the time, you're gonna go back to the cool shit that you have. Like I got a fucking, I have like a pulse rifle. Um, all I do is just keep upgrading that shit over and over again. Like I think it's an exotic pulse rifle. I can't even think of the name, but it's one of the ones that I got early on. And I just keep upgrading that shit because that shit is fucking dope. And I just like the way that handles. I like the way it feels. I just wanted to be stronger. So I just keep upgrading that.
I think he's talking about the, what's it called that does the four?
Vigilance Wing?
Yeah, Vigilance Wing.
No, that's the one that does 5.
Oh.
Did they change it to 4? Because it did 5 at first.
Outbreak Prime?
Hold on, I'm gonna look for it.
Outbreak Prime is very nice still.
But yeah. But I haven't played the this current season. I kind of dropped off to play some other things, but I played the hell of it last season.
It's like there's like a new meta weapon every season because they updated the subclasses. So like when Witch Queen came out, it was all void. So Funnel Web was like the king. The next season was Solar. So Callus
I got
Mini.
it.
Go ahead.
The weapon that I like is a graviton lance.
Really?
I love that shit. I fucking love that shit, dog.
That's a
like I
heavy
said,
hitter.
I got that way early on.
The sound of that is nice. It's a satisfying, like, deep sound when you pull that trigger.
Yeah, like I said, like really, that's kind of the only thing I use, and like, you know, I only really use my other weapon when I ran out of bullets for that.
Well, you shouldn't run out of bullets for it now. It's like it's unlimited ammo now for like primary weapons. So you should not have that issue anymore.
Yeah, but it's been a long time since I played. But yeah, so I didn't really. So like I said, Destiny was just kind of weird. Um, I do have my preferences in Division, but my preferences go with whatever kind of armor I'm wearing. If I'm wearing something if I'm wearing something that goes more for assault rifles, I wear an assault. I got an assault rifle. If I'm wearing something that goes more for a shotgun, I put on a shotgun. You know, like that type of thing. But I have a few different things that I go back to when it comes to that. But with Destiny, nope. I just keep upgrading my graviton lance.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Play with what you like.
Yep. So I'm in what you call it. Outriders ended up being similar to that. It's the you get a lot of loot and it's very kind of Destiny-ish. But here's the problem that I had with Outriders. I'm just say this. And this is Scarcasm. Cam's in the building. We're doing a running start. Outriders is just ugly.
And it's very
You know what I
sci-fi
mean?
channel. Like,
Yeah, it's like the like even when you get like the high end stuff, it's like we want to make this kind of look like it's organic. But like that's not cool. I want this shit to look like sci-fi stuff. Like it's fucking laser rifles. It should in like fucking like Space Marine armor. It should look like Space Marine armor. It shouldn't look like it fucking dripped onto me. Like you know what I mean? Like it's like I really
maybe
just didn't.
they were taking the term drip to like too literal.
Exactly. Like they really dropped the ball with just how it looks. And I don't know what like it just like I just didn't feel like I just didn't feel like this was cool. Like at least in the division, like most of the weapons look like standard fucking weapons. And the exotics look like cool versions of the standard weapons. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if we gonna make this, it's this kind of weapon, but it's cooler. I'm cool with that. But yeah, in Destiny, your shit look cool. That's one thing I can say about Destiny because it's full sci-fi, and your sci-fi shit look like sci-fi shit. Especially if
Yup.
you're, especially if it's Warlock Supremacy.
Uh,
Don't don't
I'm agnostic now. I'm agnostic. I just
don't make them don't make them
every week I switch to a different class and I just do get caught up with that class.
Nah, dog. Don't make no faces, bro. It's Warlock
Uh,
Supremacy. It is what it is, bro.
I've been Warlock since the beginning, but I also can admit that in player versus player, it's just like it's unfair how good hunters are. Like I don't even hardly play player versus PvP because of
Hunters
hunters
are my
are
least
fucking
favorite.
annoying.
Hunters are my least favorite class by far. It's not close. They're way behind. It's my least favorite class. At least
Titan
I
is
got
my
a look.
favorite. The other two are whatever. They're both fine.
Yeah, I mean Titan is whatever with me. Like I think my second playthrough of Destiny 2, I did a Titan. I did well when it still had the original campaign. I did the original campaign with all three, but the whole time I'm doing the campaign with the hunter, I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? I just kept saying that to myself. Why am I doing this to myself? This is this is stupid. I should not be doing this anymore. Like I really just went through that. The Titan was cool because the Titan got some cool ass special abilities. I just don't like the fucking hunter, bro.
Hunters just all like you're playing Quake or something. It's just like fast and
Yeah,
just
I'm good. I'm a Halo guy. I want my shit to be slow. I want to be a fucking tank.
well, that's a Titan for you.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know. I don't know where to start. Well, first of all, let's start here. Cam, what's up, dog?
What's up? No, I was
What are you looking at? You look. Something going on with the baby or something?
Hi,
What up? What up, Frog?
who are you?
I'm Starfinger. I'm the homie. I see you, dog.
Yeah,
Yeah. Bye.
bye.
Close the door, please. Thank you, sir.
He's like, who the fuck is you? Very good friend. He got so big all of a sudden, man.
Yeah, he's almost 4 feet tall and he's like 55 pounds. 4.5.
So no more holding.
I remember
Yep.
Little Frog, man.
Yeah, well, he was never little, especially since the baby is so small. He was like double her size when he was born.
Wow.
It's crazy. Like I couldn't pick him up with one hand when he was born. I could pick her up with one hand.
Yeah, you know, Pooh Bear could lay in my hand comfortably. When we brought her home, because you know when Pooh Bear was under 2 pounds at birth.
Okay, yeah.
I think she was 112
Wow.
because she was born 2 months early.
Mm-hmm.
So Pooh Bear was 112. So like by the time we got her home, and like I think she needed to be 3. She needed to be at least 3 before she could go home.
Wow.
Literally, I have a picture of Pooh Bear laying down in my hand. Like her legs are kind of hanging off the edge, but I mean, of course,
Mm-hmm.
I have big hands, but she is laying down comfortably in my hand.
Yep.
That shit's weird, bro.
That's crazy.
I used to pick her up, and she used to like, you know, she used to like it when I just lift her up real fast and bring her back down. I could just do that with one hand, like with one hand across her chest, like here, and just be like, and she just having a ball.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Me, Frog, man. I do that. He's both of us getting hurt.
yeah. So,
Both of us.
so how's it being a new father again?
It's cool. I mean, it's different. It's kind of going into it having like an expectation of what it's going to be like is a lot better than like everything is so new. Oh my gosh, what's happening right now? Oh my gosh, what do I do? Do I do this right? Is this wrong? Is he okay? Are they okay? You know, and so a lot of that is not an issue this time. I think we have a better like, okay, now I'm up. Okay, now you're up. Okay, it's not a big deal. We're just gonna handle it, and so that's a lot better. And then there's like you kind of want to compare them as babies, but they're very different babies. Kellen didn't really like to be touched. You could just swaddle him tight and put him somewhere, and he'd be fine. Sweets, she likes to be all up on somebody. Sweets needs to be held.
Right. So yeah, that's way different.
Very different. It's cool, and she's she breastfeeds a lot better. Kellen was more of a formula baby, so this just the way that they sleep more and frequent bathroom and all that. It's like way different.
Yeah, Pooh Bear never got on the breastfeeding one because being in the NICU for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, so it was a lot of pump and bring it in. And then by the time she got home, she was just like not about that latch on life. So we had to just pretty much go with formula at that point. But I mean, I would sometimes I wish that I had a second child so that I could do everything right this time. But then I'm like, I don't even like kids. So like, why would I do that again to myself?
Well, it kind of feels like you're like we were just talking about Destiny, but it's like you're or any character, any game like that, to where you're like, I'm gonna make a new character, you know, like, and start over. But
it's like I want to make a new hunter, and it's like, why would I do that? I don't even like hunters.
Ow, son of a bitch!
What happened here?
I brought my my leg back, and then my chair, like where it kind of like separates itself from the plastic and the soft part, like grabbed my hairs and pulled it when I.
Oof.
So,
okay. Now on the kids front, I had a couple of close calls, with my current lady friend. I had a couple of close calls where it was just kind of like, all right, we'll have to wait these 6 weeks to figure out what, you know, I'm not necessarily shooting up the club, but I'm not necessarily wrapping this thing tight enough for it to be, you know, what it is. So like when our flow shows up, it's like, yes. You know, it's like, yes. But I really like, it's, sometimes I got a couple times I got close to shooting up the club, and it was like, you might not want to be in here shooting up the club. That's not a good look for you, dog. Not a good look for you at all. Because the probably the thing about kids the most is Pooh Bear is special to me. Um, but she wasn't always like I don't like babies. Like I don't want to start over from babies. Like you know what I mean? If I could have like like if I could start at a toddler where we could actually start talking to each other. I think I'd be cool. I'd be cool with that. Like once we can communicate, like I understand you, you understand me. We're both in this thing together, trying to figure this thing out. I am perfectly okay. So like, if we could jump to that stage, I probably wouldn't mind having another kid. But I'm not doing a fucking baby again. Like fuck that. That's that. No, no.
I was just saying yesterday that I wish she could understand what I was saying, but I also wish that she couldn't walk. Like I want you to know what I want you to do, but I also want to set you somewhere and you can't move from that spot.
Yeah, it's the age old thing that you say about kids. Like when they're babies, you want them to walk and talk, and as soon as they do, you want them to sit down and shut the fuck up. Like you know what I mean? Like I mean, it's I mean that's kind of how it is with kids, right?
But I did notice like when with Riley, like he's almost 5, and it's when I think about Aiden from him being born to 5, so that would be like 2008 to like 2012. It seemed like it was longer between 2008 to 2012 than 2017 to now. Mm-hmm. So it felt.
But also, let me ask you this question though.
Like it went by fast.
When was Aiden diagnosed?
Probably around 5 or so.
Okay. So you're having, I think maybe the difference might be the difference in dealing with an autistic child versus just a rambunctious child that likes to break stuff and throw stuff in the, like, like it's like dealing with an autistic child versus Dennis the Menace. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I mean, because Young Rouse is Dennis the Menace. Let's be honest about this.
Yeah.
He's 100. Like Young Rouse is 100% Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, that's why my newest controller is a Power A controller. I was like, I'm tired of buying these $60, $70 controllers for me to have to buy one again. This one was $40, and it's got LEDs, and it's actually a pretty fucking nice controller. I like this controller.
That's the one that Blue. That's the one Blue put in the chat. I'm gonna look into that at some point because. Like all of my controllers got something wrong with it. I have 3 controllers.
Oh,
all of my controllers.
Before I go forward, I remember when I was looking on there, I was like, "Oh man, it's micro USB. I want USB-C like the new controllers because I pretty much have all USB-C stuff. But it comes with a micro USB, but it has little clicks. It's like in there. Like once you put it in there, it ain't moving until you unclick it. So." Like,
oh, that's nice.
So it's pretty much like a cord that stays in there. So I was like, well, I'm actually cool with that. And the other end's a breakaway USB. So
that is the part that I like the most because it's gonna be going across my living room. And if I don't want to trip over the cord because I've had some real bad things happen from tripping on cords.
Yeah.
Like I messed up a PlayStation, an original PlayStation. I had to send that shit off to Sony to get it fixed because my ex-wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, tripped over the cord and both of the controllers just stopped working. The rest, everything turned on and everything was fine, but both of the controller ports stopped working. So we had to like send that shit to somewhere to get fixed, and it cost almost as much as the console itself for it to get fucking fixed.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. So
well, here's one thing I don't like about the cord is you can notice right here, like I'm letting it go, it's very thick. I would kind of rather it to be a little bit more loosey goosey. You know what I mean? To like,
I don't think I don't think that matters to me
well,
personally.
it just gets like this and stuff. You know?
Yeah, I don't think that matters to me personally. Um, but yeah, all of my controllers got something wrong with it. My Series S controller, my right stick drifts bad, like bad. Like if I let go of the stick, it just the right stick just goes straight up. Like as soon as I let go of the stick, it's going straight up. And I've done everything I could to try to fix it at home. And every time I think about it, I'm always at work, and like I don't have all of the information that I need to figure all of
I
that stuff out.
I also like the
Um,
mute. Is so
okay. Okay, I don't have a mute, and I don't have a mute on my shit no more. That because I was using my I was using my headphones that plug directly into the controllers when I was talking on the controller. These days I talk on Discord on my phone, but I didn't have a mute that way. Then one of my controllers I cannot press right on the D-pad. It's like it takes forever for me to get that sweet spot of hitting right on the D-pad. But also when you're playing the division, hitting right on the D-pad is how you use a health pack. You
Oh,
gotta hold it.
yeah.
And then the other controller that I have, the one I've had for quite some time, the Halo controller, I can't press down on the D-pad. So they all got something wrong with it.
Miss Catalina says you need to find that Rock Band mic.
I have no idea what the hell that microphone is. No idea what the fuck that microphone is. That's Katina. That's my lady friend.
Oh, Katina. I said Catalina. Like the
I mean, at the first glance, it kind of looks like the Catalina wine mixer. Woo! At first glance, it kind of looks like that. So I want a controller that actually works. So that's what I'm looking for. I need a controller that actually works. My headset, I'm now using the one that Blue got me, the earbuds. Um, I use those more because my Turtle Beach got like a short in it, and like literally on Friday when we were all talking, I kept plugging in the microphone saying, "Can you?" I mean, I kept plugging in the headset. I could hear y'all through the headset,
you need to
but y'all
get
couldn't hear me through the
these,
microphone.
man. Freaking these are the Steel Series ones. Blue can put it in the chat what these are. They're not
Dude,
expensive. And
I'm
Turtle Beach are
I mean,
trash, man.
those earbuds are perfectly fine for me right now, and because right now, I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get this second job, and I keep procrastinating on pulling the trigger on it. Um, and but like once I get that job, like a lot of things have to change. Like these shows have to be shorter, like at an hour max. Like you know what I mean? Like because I've got to get out of here because I gotta lay the fuck down before I gotta go to a night job. You know what I mean? Like I can't really do a whole bunch of game nights, especially except for on the weekends on Saturday and Sunday. Like it's a lot of things are gonna change. So the Friday night chats, just done fucking deal for your boy.
Well, we'll change it
You
to
know what I
Saturday
mean?
because we don't want it to be a done deal, man. He said the Steel
Yeah.
Series Arctic one. That's the one. Yeah, $24 on Walmart right now. They're fucking legit.
Man,
My biggest
let me
thing.
tell you, I looked at Walmart. I absolutely did. I looked, and there was a headset, and it was a blue headset for like Xbox. The shit ain't had no price on it. And Walmart is kind of the Walmarts around me. They kind of done away with those little things where you can scan the barcode. Where you could just you walk up to scan the barcode and they tell you how much the shit costs.
Remember the
Yeah,
things
Do
where
it
where
you
you
on the
can.
can.
app on your phone nowadays.
Remember the things to where you could
Remember?
be in the CD
I
aisle
don't
and
think
you
I've
could
ever used.
scan the
I forgot.
CD and it would like play like a snippet of the song.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
Yeah,
I do too.
Kind of
but
remember that. But all right, so I have not had an interesting week at all. There's been absolutely nothing interesting about my week whatsoever. You got something? You got something, Chase?
Nothing about me is crazy. Other than
Okay.
the fact that I might no, that's too much. It's just
The only craziness that I got going on is to deal with other people. It's not really dealing with me.
right, and a lot of things that I have going on would be at work that I can't really talk about. Man,
Right.
see, that's the thing. Is like I get HIPAA, right? You don't want someone blabbing about your shit on a podcast, right? But
Hmm.
at the same time, when I'm going through shit, it'd be really nice to vent about it to somebody without feeling like I'm in the goddamn CIA.
So you need to just talk to somebody person to person, somebody who's not going to tell your business.
Right.
You know, just call your best friend.
Yeah.
Be like, bro, Broseph. Let me tell you what
Robodan
happened today."
Milosevic.
You know what I mean? Bro, I think Broseph like just kind of like Broseph is simple, but it kind of covers it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah,
Mhm.
we not venting to Philip, dog.
That's right.
We're not venting to Philip.
See, Philip would
Um,
be like, I know. He said, "Don't repeat this. This is HIPAA violation," and he repeated that shit.
yeah, like he would go tell someone else and be like, "Okay, so don't repeat this." You know what I mean? I'm like, no, you weren't supposed to repeat it. Like that's Philip. No, we won't do that with Philip. Um, yeah, Cam, what you got going on, man? Like we have absolutely nothing going on. But then again, we like really talk to each other like it feel like just a few days ago when we recorded all of those videos for the reactions. So we just kind of between me, Blue, and Chase, like we have talked to each other enough.
Man, I got just old stuff, new stuff, baby stuff. It's just every day is
Are
a
you getting married?
weekend.
No,
It's
you get old stuff, new stuff. Anything blue in there? Oh, we got blue in the
shoot,
chat.
and I'm sure I put something blue on the baby. I don't know, but just she'll be a month old on Wednesday, so that's already happening.
Wow, that fast.
I know, I know. I'm off for 8 weeks, so I got 4 more weeks off. So that's nice. Weird to be home so much. I haven't even been on the show since I got promoted to manager, so that's just all kind of emails I still get even when I'm not there.
Yeah, dog.
That's crazy. It's just I've never seen another black person get promoted to manager aside from myself. I have seen other black managers that were already there, but I've never seen anybody get promoted. So it's just
I mean,
crazy.
but you really kind of a
Hey,
not a high yellow, but you're a red bone. You're like a red bone. Daylight.
crap, Jamie, dad nabbit.
Your code switch is probably mean at work. Your code switch is fucking mean.
Yeah, Braxton P. Hardenberg at the desk.
You know what I mean? Like you on your way to work. On your way to work, you just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers at work be doing all this blah 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 whatever.
And then
Karen.
halfway to
Come
work,
in.
he's like, "I got to get ready." He puts on Sweet Caroline. He's like, "Got to get ready for work."
No, we can't do Sweet Caroline. It's written about a child. Like if we got to get rid of R. Kelly, we got to get rid of it all. Like,
Yep.
So Sweet Caroline got to go. We can't be about Sweet Caroline.
Well, he
some of the songs like Let's Get It On. That's out. I Want You. Are You Mans? That's out. All written about children, teenage girls. No, it's all got to go. It's all got to go. So Sweet Caroline got to go too.
Yeah. Well, he tried to say that it's about his wife, but he had to put a new name because it didn't fit the melody. So he put JFK's daughter, who is 10, in the song that says "Touching Me, Touching You."
Yeah, you know what I mean? Warm, touching warm. Like, you know what I mean? There's some parts of that that's just kind of like, I don't think you were supposed to tell anybody it was about a child.
Nope.
Or that you even change the name based off of a child. Like, nope, cut that shit out. So yeah, so we got to cut that. But you know something?
Well, it's
As a
time.
black
We don't
person,
need we don't need anybody touching me, touching you, or nothing. You know.
yeah, as a black person, I had never in my life heard Sweet Caroline until my ex-father-in-law sang it on Karaoke Revolution. I had never heard that song ever before. And he's from Massachusetts, so like apparently it's a really big thing for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Like that song is like really big for the Red Sox, but I had never heard that song before. And he's kind of a mannered kind of dude, kind of low key, very very stoic. Doesn't say a whole lot. He sang the fuck out of that song. Like he put everything he put everything he had into that song that day. And I was like, why have I never heard this song? If he cares about this so much, I had never heard that song before that day. But he sang the fuck out of it. I heard it as an exit song to the club the first time. That's a way to clear the club. I will say that. That is, if you want to clear the club, put on Sweet Caroline. Look, time to go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Sweet Caroline and the Lights will clear a fucking club, dog.
That song is not really a thing over this way. You could double check that with Rashani, but as far as I can remember, they don't really play that around here.
I don't think that would be anything on the West Coast. Sorry. All right, yeah, you were still talking. My bad.
There's another black manager there in the same position as me, so it's cool. I mean, it is like that. We got to kind of like come off to the side, like, hey man, blah 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 blah, off to the side, like, brother, blah 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 blah, like, and then go back to him, hey, like, let's go. I do
that at work. At work. Out of the most of the guys, almost all of the guys that go out on jobs, they're all black. And they're out of the office staff, out of the 5 of us, it's me and there's one other person. And like, so when we have conversations, if we're having conversations in the group, it's like, we have conversations in the context of the group. But when we have in the conversation by ourselves, like I'll walk in there and if I see something and be like, yo, nigga, look at this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? But you got to kind of say it low because they get kind of in their feelings when you use the N-word around work. So I'd be like, nigga, you see John Morant, dog? You see John Morant trying to dunk on everybody on the other team, like that type of shit. Like, so it's a lot of that. But like I told you, like my coworkers think that I'm quiet, which is like everyone who knows me outside of work is like, how is that possible? But yes, my coworkers think I'm quiet.
I don't even know if they think of me like that. Everybody's always, why is Cameron always so happy? Why are you always so happy? But I'm like, man, because I can't let y'all see me not happy. That's why.
Like Cam out here fucking. Like, why? You see, he just got 2 kids. Like, you know what I mean? He out here fucking. Why would he not be happy?
Yeah, and they increase my paycheck. I ain't mad.
You know what I mean? Getting more green, getting more pink. It's a lovely fucking life.
That's right. That's right. Ain't nothing wrong. Shoot.
Nah, man. All right, go. You can keep going. I keep cutting you off, but I'm trying to engage.
No, it's all good. It's not even like that. That's pretty much like just regular life stuff. That's it. And then we've been trying to watch a bunch of TV, and I'm trying to play other games aside from Destiny. So we watched a bunch of TV shows.
All right, let's start with TV then, because we can do TV, because I got something that I had not really spoke about that much in the last couple of weeks, and this shit is fire right now, dog. But
Ooh,
you do you first.
he's
And then
spitting that
and then-
hot fire flame, playboy.
Yeah. Playboy.
Man, let's see. Just the stuff that I have that's not like what everybody else has been watching. Let's see. Well, that I heard you guys talk about on here anyway. You guys see Dahmer?
Fuck no.
No, Chase. No, that seems like your weird white catnip.
No, he wants to see actual people get killed.
Ah, okay.
Horror movies. Like you don't want to see. Like you don't want to. No. Fuck
It was
that shit.
good. It was good as far. I don't even know what that makes me sound like saying it was good. It was interesting. It was very interesting. House of the Dragon, of course, then Thrones. Always crazy to see Matt Smith in a different as not the Doctor. Is weird.
I know him. I know of him. I know that he was one of the doctors, but I could never get into Doctor Who. I think David Tennant was too fucking wacky for me. I watched the first season of the new set when they started over, and it was the dude from Heroes was for the first season, and I was like, cool. Then like the when it went to David Tennant, he was just too wacky, and I was just like, is he gonna bring this down at some point? Like, and then I was like, and then I liked him better in like when he was in Harry Potter and like when he was in Jessica Jones. Like him and Jessica Jones was fantastic, dog.
Yeah.
Like him and Jessica Jones was fantastic, but like I really liked him as the little bit of his actual character in the Harry Potter movie where he was Barty Crouch Jr.
Barty Crouch Jr.
Yeah, he was insane.
Yep. But the insane on that was okay, but the insane on the Doctor Who was not.
No, it's a difference between like being like evil insane and just being wacky. You know what I mean? Like that just did the wackiness just didn't work. Timey-wimey. Yeah. And I tried to get on to Doctor Who.
There's like a delay in your. There's been a delay in your video, so I get to hear you like say something weird, and then I get to see you like emote the weird thing.
Okay, that's
I got that too. I'm getting that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
okay,
it's entertaining.
Okay. Okay, I'll try not to emote.
Well, I said it was entertaining.
Did you? I'm sure you guys probably haven't even heard of this one. The Mysterious Benedict Society.
I ain't never heard of that.
It's kids. It's on Disney Plus, and it's like these really smart preteen spies. Like this guy is using these kids to try and thwart some evil because like using the fact that they're kids and you don't think a kid is going to do something, be able to like infiltrate stuff to their advantage. So it's like 4 kids and they all kind of have like different specialties. Like one kid is just like a good leader. The other kid is really like math smart. One of the girls is she's like not like physically gifted, but she's really like ingenuitive with the physical world. Like her family was not clowns but circus people, so she's like MacGyver some stuff to climb up stuff.
Acrobatic, like Robin.
Yeah, she's like acrobatic. Like they'll like be about to be caught and she'll be hanging from the rafters by her like toe or something, something crazy like that. And then there's another like a little girl, and she just like gets on everybody's nerves. She thinks everybody's stupid. While everyone's talking about what to do, she'll just go do something and be done with it. Like, wait, what? You were gonna get caught? And it's like, no, I'm already done. You guys, let's go. It's like,
so she is Groot.
Yeah, it's kind of it's just like real.
She's Groot.
yeah.
She's Groot. Like in the first Guardians of the Galaxy, where like they would be having a conversation about what the plan is, and Groot would just go do it.
Yep. Yeah, just more graceful, not as ham-fisted.
Right.
But But when you said the name of it, it definitely sounds like a show that would be on the BBC, but then you watch it on the PBS. You know, type of show. Did you say it was called something Benedict Society?
The Mysterious Benedict Society.
Yeah. Doesn't that sound like BBC to PBS?
Yeah, pretty much. It's Disney Plus. They just put out the second season. They're like 3 episodes in. I didn't even know, so I haven't started the second season yet. But it's like Benedict is their leader guy. So he has collected these extraordinary children to stop some evil that's like they're broadcasting a signal that's making people kind of be like
collecting
like
children
lemmings.
is like kind of problematic, don't you think?
It
Yeah,
is.
but then it also sounds kind of Power Ranger-ish.
Yeah, sort of. They're like
Teens with
orphan
attitudes.
kids. So
Like-
they're like forgotten kids. So really and truly, like if the kids got killed, nobody would really know or care because they're all orphans.
Or it's like non-anime My Hero Academia.
I have never watched My Hero Academia.
The crazy part about it is I have.
What?
I actually enjoyed it, but then I got to a point where I ran out of what was on Hulu, and I started watching it on YouTube. But then I had to watch subs because I'm a Dubs dude. I had to watch subs, and I had to like really fucking pay attention, and I just kind of lost where I was. I was
a dub. I have become a sub.
Oh no! Why would you do that to yourself?
It's more fun with what is it? Attack on Titan. It just the voices are more funny when you get to hear them in the actual Japanese.
I think the voices on Dragon Ball are fucking annoying. Especially the lady who did Goku. Like her voice is just so fucking annoying.
I never got into Dragon Ball. Never got into it. I've seen a few episodes. Never got into it.
I watched it because back in the day when we really had the internet and stuff like that, it was on Toonami all the time. So I watched it that way. But they started doing a lot of reruns and shit, and it just kind of got old. So the show what you were talking about, it was a show. It's not a movie, right?
Correct. It's a show. Yeah, like 30-minute episodes. So it's quick and easy. Maybe something you watch when your daughter's back with you next vacation or whatever. When Pooh Bear's home, she might be into it.
My wife read those books.
Oh yeah, it is based on books. Yep.
No, not those. That's in the chat. It's the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
I watched that movie. I have seen that movie.
Oh my God,
they don't have any like special. They're not mutated or anything like that.
Oh, well,
they're just talented.
Yeah, they're just geniuses in various like savants.
Okay.
What else we got? We got Killing It. It's on Peacock with Craig. What's that dude's name? Craig Robinson.
Okay. I don't think I've ever watched Peacock.
Oh, okay. I got it initially because the Psych movie was there, and I love Psych. And then they've had some good stuff on there, but Killing It is
the Psych movie was on there.
Yeah, like the first one came out on regular TV. So basically, once Psych was over, but they made like 2 more movies since the show stopped. They're on Peacock,
FX, right? Psych was on FX, right?
Sci-fi, no,
Sci-fi,
USA,
something like that.
USA,
yeah.
I think.
USA.
Yeah, USA.
Okay.
That's right, USA. Yep.
Okay. Yep, you're right. That's what it was. Okay. I was like, if it was on FX, then that means it should be on Hulu.
But we had Paramount at one point, and it's really cool if you have kids and you also want to watch something with them that you watch, because it has like old school Nickelodeon shit and stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But and
my daughter does not give a fuck about the things I watch at all.
Well, you also have a daughter.
It has Evil. Evil's great. I love that show.
I mean, my kids love Doug and all that kind of stuff, but like, because it's for boys, you know.
Nickelodeon Doug or Disney Doug?
Nickelodeon Dougs. Nickelodeon
Okay,
Doug.
my
I did
man.
not like
Like, you know,
Disney.
my man. Disney Doug was some bullshit. Like, you got to specify when you start talking about Doug. You got to specify which one you're talking about because Disney Doug is some bullshit.
But yeah, and plus it would definitely be the Nickelodeon Doug because the Paramount does not own the Disney part. So
Yeah, Blue said that he got he was talking about the Paramount. He got it through T-Mobile. He actually gave me the password so I could watch Halo, and I completely fucking forgot about it.
I haven't even watched that yet. I gotta put that on my list. I haven't watched Halo yet.
we watched some of the Yellowstone too. It's just
Master Chief has sex, dog. Like we're not talking like, and my man comes out the helmet all the time.
Oh,
And it's
I
my
don't know.
man Porn Stash from Orange is the New Black. He's Master Chief. Like, you know what I mean? It's Porn Stash, and he also played the Leprechaun in American Gods. Yeah, like that. My man come out the helmet all the time, and apparently there's a sex scene. There's a Master Chief sex scene.
wow!
Yeah,
Out
like
there
they-
getting it. Go ahead,
like
Chief.
apparently when they made Halo, they was like, man, what do you mean? There's already like books and shit like that. Man, fuck all that. Let's just do what we do. Like,
and
Mhm.
Bokeem Woodbine
and
plays in the Halo
Cortana's
show, dog.
Cortana is a
King Woodbine.
Cortana's a voyeur.
But look, the crazy part about it is the Cortana is played by the person who does the voice of Cortana.
Oh wow!
That's so fucking weird, bro. He doesn't look like Cortana though.
We just start watching *Handmaid's Tale*, and that the wife isn't that the model for Miranda from Mass Effect?
Say that one more time.
The wife in the first season of *Handmaid's Tale*, isn't she the character model for Miranda? I think that's Miranda, right?
Yes, she does the voice and she's the character model. So you've been watching Handmaid?
We've only watched like the first 3 or 4 episodes.
The first season.
Yep.
That's the show that I was talking about. I'm caught up with Handmaid, and this shit is the realest. Like, it is like the fucking like Handmaid's Tale, especially in the early parts, got some like parts where it's just kind of like, okay, I'm just kind of going through it to get where I'm going. But man, when you get to where we are now, the current episodes, every week I'm like, yo, I be at work watching this shit. Like, yo, can y'all not call me right now? Like I know my job is to answer the phones mostly, but can y'all not call me for a little bit? Like, I'm really trying to get into this, and I'm really trying to figure this thing out. But man, Handmaid's Tale is fucking great right now. I mean, Andor is great too. I love the real grounded. I love the real grounded Star Wars. You know, because so far there's no Jedi, no Sith, no lightsabers, none of that. It's just people.
I think I'm on episode 8 or 9. I'm liking it. I enjoy it.
My man,
The dude just met with Saw Gerrera. That's what I had to stop in the middle of the episode, but the dude just he met with Saw Gerrera.
Yeah, and man, does your man Forrest Whitaker put on a fucking show?
Forrest Whitaker is crazy.
Forrest Whitaker, that dude puts on a fucking show. But I'm gonna tell you,
You still won't go Ghost Dog though.
Nah, I ain't about to watch no. Look, I'm not trying to watch fucking Forrest Whitaker with a samurai sword. Like, that's not. That's not. I can't do it. I can't do it to myself. Forrest Whitaker with a samurai sword. No, I'm good.
You can't watch a great movie to yourself. Come on.
Nah, dog.
That brings
I'm
it full
sorry.
circle because I can't see Forrest Whitaker without thinking of what Mike Epps said about him in Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, when he tried to have him eat the what was it, the ribs? And he was like, it might make your eye pop open like the last King of Scotland.
I don't think I've seen that one. I kind of started moving away from hood movies.
Oh man, I love it.
But
I love
I'm
it.
not really a huge like movie person to begin with,
Hmm.
and I'm very much not a movie theater person. I'm like I'm gonna go see Black Panther at some point.
I got my
Um,
ticket.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go opening week. Like that shit just seems like it's frustrating. And you know what? If I get spoiled, I get spoiled. I just don't. I don't know. I know. I usually like to go like on Tuesday or Wednesday, like right after work. You know what I mean? Where there's not going to be a whole lot of people there. Last time I went and I saw No Way Home, like I had to sit there with my mask on the whole time. It was just not a fucking, and like it was just the worst movie experience that had nothing to do with the movie ever for me.
Yeah, I'm going opening day, and then probably the next weekday if I think Kellen can handle it, I'll take him to go see it because he really wants to go see it.
Okay.
Gonna be a long movie, but hopefully I just I don't want to have to be taking him to the bathroom and miss something I haven't seen.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, or you can, if the movie is bad enough, you can go to the bathroom and go just walk around and just kind of do stuff, like how I did with Ali. Like, literally, Ali is the only movie that I've ever wanted to walk out of. But I just got up, went to the bathroom, went to go do some shit. I kind of walked and kind of flirted with possibly buying some candy, but then I was like, nah, this shit is too expensive. But do I really want this shit? Like, I'm doing all of this stuff while the movie is running. I'm like, fuck this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Ali was just long and it was just kind of boring.
I think I was too young to really care about it when it came out, or it just didn't really do it for me. So I was like, I'm good. I've never seen Ali.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But I think what is the worst movie you've paid to see? What's a
Oh
good
man, paid to see. Now in the theater or like rented at home on like.
in the movie theater? Not because renting at
Okay.
home, like you can get all kinds of stuff. Like you
Ooh,
could have got Blair Witch. You know what I'm saying?
dang.
Don't be
I don't.
scared,
But,
so Blair
Chase,
Witch.
what's yours, Chase? Because I might need some time to think about it.
I can tell you mine.
Mine is
What?
White Chicks.
How dare you, sir?
That's no.
White Chicks is a good and decent movie. How dare you, sir?
Whoa, 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 sir. I d- don't ever say that out loud in the company of black people, sir. Like, no, don't say that. Like, you might get stabbed out here, dog. Like,
Over
that's
White
some real.
Chicks?
Yes, people love that fucking movie, dog. I really liked it. I will say I
Me
really
too.
like it. I think it's fucking hilarious. Beautiful chocolate man.
What? Why was it so? What about it didn't do it for you?
Um, I don't know. Like I haven't really seen it since, but I didn't do a lot of watching the movie, and it seemed like there was a bunch of nonsensical stuff happening. So I don't really remember exactly what happened in the movie other than the Wayans brothers being white chicks.
Or you're inebriated.
No, there wasn't any drinking in the movie theater.
You pregame.
Pre my current living situation, yes.
No, I'm saying, did you pregame? Like, did you just, since you couldn't drink in the movie theater, you drink before you got to the movie
Oh,
theater?
no. No. I'm just saying it was with somebody before I met my current lady, and it was a lady,
Okay.
and that's all I'm going to say.
Hmm. So you must. So then that means you didn't like her very much because that doesn't have much to do with the movie. Then
It just left a bad taste in my mouth.
oh.
Blue said Thor: The Dark World. I don't even know. Is
Ooh.
Thor: The Dark World still the worst Marvel movie? Gotta be.
I had a good time. I enjoy. I mean, I don't. I'm inclined to enjoy whatever I go see if I paid money for it. Even if it was bad, I'm sure I could find a silver lining.
I I don't know, like, because worst Marvel movie. It used to be the worst, but I don't know. I think a lot of people will put the Eternals up there.
Dang, what else is pretty low?
Iron Man 3.
Age of Ultron, people seem to not like very much, even though it's like
I
the
don't.
most important
No.
one.
Yes, it is. It is super important, and yeah, that Iron Man 3 and Spider Man 3, both of those are on the same level of shittiness. Like, yes, Iron Man 3 for me is probably the worst Marvel movie. It just didn't do it for me, dog. Like, I just can't. I think my worst movie that I've ever paid to see. I went to go see something else, and I can't remember what it was. What that I was supposed to go see, and it was sold out. So I ended up going to see Mafia, which is a spoof on Mafia movie starring Christina Applegate.
Ooh,
Yeah, that is the only movie that I absolutely wanted to just leave. Like, I mean, Ali was just boring, so I was just like, yo, I can go do something else for a few minutes and come back to it. But Mafia, I wanted to just leave. And it wasn't even, the worst part about it is it wasn't even a movie I went there to see. What the movie I went there to see was sold out, so I ended up just like, okay, I saw the trailer for this. This looked all right. It's supposed to be funny, and that shit just was not funny. Like, not funny at all. I was just mad. I was just in there. I was in there just mad as a bitch. And I was mad at the people who were laughing. I'm like, internally, I'm like, stop laughing. This shit ain't funny. Like, like that's kind of how I was.
I'm thinking I can't think of anything that I just was like, I can't believe I spent my money on this. I can think of the opposite though, where it's like I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it, but I really enjoyed it, and that was super bad. I just was like, all right, we're going to the movies. Okay, we're going to the movies, and then yeah, super bad. Okay, cool. Jonah Hill's fine. And then I was like, man, I really enjoyed that movie. That was really funny.
I have one that I thought I was going to enjoy, and I absolutely didn't, and I really don't like this movie. And people love this movie, and I don't like this movie at all.
Which is
Hold on. It's what you call it? It's the you reminded me of it when you said Superbad. It's Scott Pilgrim.
I've never seen it.
I very much dislike that movie. I don't like it at all. Like, and people love it. People really, really love it, and I do not like that movie one bit.
But Aubrey Plaza though. But Aubrey Plaza.
That movie was awful. People, I don't understand the people's love for that shit. Kind of like people who love the Boondock Saints. I never understand it. Most surprisingly enjoyable movie, surprisingly enjoyable Tropic Thunder, 100%.
That was up there for me too. That was definitely up there.
You definitely don't think that it's gonna be as good as what it actually ended up being. Then, like, the first time you watch that movie and you don't realize that that character is Tom Cruise until the end.
Yep. Just going off,
Yeah,
cussing up a storm.
yeah. That Tropic Thunder was a huge surprise. I can say that.
You can't make that movie today.
Blue said Iron Man 3 and Spider-Man 3, but I don't consider. I mean, are we talking about just MCU or whatnot? But or Marvel in general. But I've always said it ever since we watched all the MCU in a timeline. Iron Man 3 is a much better movie if it as a part of a larger whole. Iron Man 3 is not a sequel to Iron Man 2. It's a sequel to the Avengers.
Of course. but it still was not a good movie. It was not a good movie. It's probably my least favorite Marvel movie.
I think that Spider-Man 3 is, in hindsight, not good. I think it was much more well received when it first came out. Whereas Iron Man 3, I don't know if people ever received it very well, but I enjoyed it for the simple fact of I love me some Pepper Potts. It's like she's getting younger with age.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm looking at. Oh, I forgot. I forgot. For Love and Thunder is down there for me. Oh my god.
That was really disappointing for me. Very disappointing.
I'm looking at this list.
Captain
It's a list that's made
Blue
based
really
off of the
didn't like Captain Marvel. I did not hate Captain Marvel at all.
I didn't hate Captain Marvel. It just was just kind of formulaic to me, and it was predictable. I think that's what it was for me. It was just so this list. I think this is partially based off of Rotten Tomatoes. Least favorite Marvel movies. At the bottom is Iron Man 2, Doctor Strange, Incredible Hulk. People forget that Incredible Hulk that actually counts. Multiverse of Madness. I could see Multiverse of Madness being down there because it shouldn't have been a Doctor Strange movie. It is a fucking
I liked it better than Love and Thunder.
yes, very much so. It's a Scarlet Witch movie. Like it's not a this Ant-Man is number 25. Ant-Man and the Wasp is number 24.
Why?
Black
Those are some of the best ones.
Right. I don't know. Like this shit is weird to me. Black Widow, Shang-Chi, 22. Eternals is 21.
Shang-Chi was great, man.
Yeah, I don't know what like Thor is number 20. The Dark World is higher than Thor.
No, the Dark World is higher than Ant-Man. That's some heresy.
And Captain Marvel, then Civil War. How
What?
the fuck is Civil War 17?
What?
Far From Home, I get it. Far From Home, in hindsight, was just kind of it was all right. Like, so now we get into some bullshit right now. Okay, so number 15 is Infinity War.
What?
Infinity War is a top 3 Marvel movie. What
Yeah.
the fuck? Infinity War is higher than Endgame.
Exactly. I agree.
And then Homecoming, Love and Thunder is 13.
No.
Guardians is 12.
Guardians is top 5, I think.
Guardians 2 should be down here.
Yeah.
Guardians 2 was just all right. Iron Man 3 is number 11. Ragnarok is 10. How is Ragnarok at 10?
Ragnarok again is in the top 5 somewhere. I don't get the love for the first Captain America. I don't know where that is on there. You haven't said it yet.
I hated that fucking movie. Like, bruh, I did not like that movie for the 75% of the movie. He ain't doing shit. Like, I was just kind of like, I was bored. I was so fucking bored with that movie until we got to the part where he actually like did some shit, and then it was like, okay, this is redeemed. But that movie is fucking boring as fuck. Like 75% of that movie is boring as shit. All right, 9 is Ultron.
Oh man, this is ridiculous.
Wait, No Way Home is 8. No Way Home is top 5, ain't it? Am I tripping?
Should be.
Am I tripping? Endgame is number 7, which is higher than Infinity War. That makes no sense. Makes no sense. Black Panther is 6. Winter Soldier is 5. All right, we get into the 5. Winter Soldier, I am not as high on Winter Soldier as most people.
I
care about the.
prefer Winter Soldier over Civil War.
I don't care about the espionage. I want superhero shit to happen. I don't care about espionage. Most of that movie was espionage. Um, Guardians 2 is 4. Iron Man is 3. The Avengers is 2. Captain America is number fucking 1.
No way. Ridiculous.
I don't understand. I don't understand this at all. I need to go back and read this to see what the fucking criteria was because something's not right about this. Something not right about this list, bruh.
Mm.
You think that list was what? Which ones are the worst ones?
It says Marvel all MCU movies ranked worst to best.
Worst to best. So the top one is worst, and the bottom ones are best.
So the worst, like, no, worst to best. Like, they started at 29 at Iron Man 2, worked it all the way up to I don't get this shit though. I don't get this shit, bro. I don't get this shit at all. And apparently, I still got that lag, and people are happy about that. I don't understand why. I don't understand why I have lag, but okay.
You ever hear playing Modern Warfare?
I don't have nothing taking up my internet right now except for this. Give it.
All up in that browser is what it is.
It's weird. Okay. So, Cam,
Yo.
games.
I've been obviously Destiny, but Horizon Zero Dawn. I've been going back trying to finish Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm close to the end. Really enjoying it. It is. I have this issue with all the open world games, but it's just like there's just too much to do sometimes. You give me too much choice, and I don't like it. But I'm doing the Forbidden or the Frozen Wilds expansion to get a couple weapons, and then I'm gonna go back and finish the campaign.
That's the thing, isn't it? To where like if a game is like short enough to where you don't feel like you're overwhelmed, everyone's gonna complain that it's too short. But then if they do it to where nobody's complaining, then it's actually bloated and too long.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy, but I like it a lot. I just some of the like dialogue's a little bit funny, but the gameplay is good. The pacing is good. I dig it. I dig it a lot.
Okay. I think I played Horizon. First one. I played the first one. I played until right before the proving. I had something to do, and then I never went back. I was still like in the very beginning, Bennett. Like she just became a young adult.
Yeah, when you said I was playing for a while until the proving, I'm like, wasn't that like basically the tutorial?
Yes, I did the tutorial, and then I just ended up just looking up a explanation of what happened in the story.
Yeah, I dig that game though.
Cool. I'm digging it. What Chase? What'd you say? Did you play it?
Yeah, I played it. I really like it. I want to play the new one. I heard the new one's even better. But it's not on PC yet, and I'm not getting the PS5. At least not yet.
I have the Plus Extra, so
you can play
I
on
get like a
4.
trial of it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking do that shit.
You can play on PS4. Why not? The game was designed for PS4, sir.
Yeah, well, when we get in my games, I'll tell you why I don't really want to do that.
Okay. What else you got, Cam?
Let's see. It's getting to be my hard out time is coming up on us. So I gotta get it going. What do we got? The Killing It. What I was talking about earlier. the dude Craig Robinson is like an entrepreneur, and he wants to start a. He's in South Florida. He wants to start a saw palmetto farm. So he's trying to get a loan from the bank, and they won't give it to him. And he's like a security guard, and like just the whole season, it's like just all these different follies keep happening to him. But like his brother is a scoundrel, and so his brother basically tells him to go talk to his manager at the bank to give him the loan. And he like builds his head up and stuff. But the reason why he tells him to go do that is so him and his friends could rob the bank. So they find out that the brother was the one who robbed the bank, and they fire him. He's like, "Sorry, man. Too bad for you," kind of thing. Like, here's a little bit of money from what we stole, but too bad. Sorry. And so he ends up basically killing snakes, killing pythons, because the winner gets it's a tournament. The winner gets like $10,000. That's what he needs to start his business. And so it's just all these different characters and craziness happens, but it's pretty funny.
That's the snakes and stuff is supposedly like in the exotic animals in Florida. That's Andrew, right? Andrew fucked up so much that a lot of people's exotic pets got loose and they were in the wild. They started multiplying.
I think that plus people were just dumping their snakes.
Yeah.
Like it was becoming a problem, and then Andrew just made it bigger by spreading them out quicker.
Yeah.
What else? Resident Alien. Did I talk about that last time?
I don't remember that.
It's starring Alan Tudyk.
Okay.
And he's he is an alien that comes to Earth to destroy Earth, but his ship crashes, so he takes over the body of this guy who turned out to be Alan Tudyk, who's the doctor of a small town in Colorado, and he basically has to pretend to be a human while he tries to find his crashed ship so he could blow up the Earth. But then he starts making friends and stuff, and then he doesn't want to actually destroy the Earth, and craziness ensues.
Oh, so Doc Hollywood / Cars, but with aliens this time.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you know how Alan Tudyk is just cool, and he does like that physical, stupid comedy type stuff. So it's funny, hecka funny. The Peripheral.
I loved him in Dollhouse. I loved him in Dollhouse.
Oh yeah, he was good in Dollhouse. The new show, The Peripheral. You guys start that one?
Someone asked me, did I start it, but I did not. I hadn't gotten to it yet.
I'm always interested in whatever that girl is in, Chloe Moritz, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like yeah, kick-ass girl, yeah, Big Daddy's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She's
calling another dude Big Daddy. I'm sorry. That's why I started calling Pimp because his name was Big Daddy Pimpin', and I was like, no, you just pimping. Like, fuck that shit. I'm not calling another dude Big Daddy. That's not going to happen.
A pimp named Slickback. Can I get a holler? Shout out to Harold.
Right. That's one man. He got a new house. It's a nice house that they just got built.
Good job. Way to go. Is he still doing his marathons?
I don't believe so. She does body competitions now.
Okay. All right, Ro. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah, she does like body competitions and stuff like that now. So I don't think it's as much running as it is lifting and like toning and stuff like
that. Well, the Chloe whoever her brother was like a soldier. And the time frame that they live in, like gaming is super involved, and you can get these like implants so that you're basically virtual reality in the game. And she ends up playing on his account a lot, and she's better than him. So they send him this VR thing, and he's like, okay, well, you get in there for me because they're paying me to do this. And they basically sent it based off of the games that you played. So she thinks she's in a VR, and it turns out that it's real life, and she's controlling like a robot body. So it's so high tech and clandestine that real people start coming after her. So it's just I've only watched the first 2 episodes, but it's pretty interesting so far. I guess it's also a book.
I got the I saw the trailer, but I saw the trailer on Hulu. Is it a Hulu thing?
It is no, it's Prime, Amazon Prime.
Prime. No, yeah, I saw it on Prime. I'm sorry. That's right, because I'm watching Counterpart for the other show that I do. Oh yeah, I might have to get into that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I like it. And then Rings of Power, last one. Finished that. That was good. For all the Lord of the Rings heads, for all the Tolkienites.
I don't really know very much about Lord of the Rings, and the movies were just kind of long. That's even before the extended.
Yeah. So this stuff is before The Hobbit by like 2,000 years. So there's some reference, but not a whole lot of reference to what's going on. So it's
okay? Let me ask you this question. You said it's 2,000 years. Is it one of those like Star Wars type 2,000 years, where 2,000 years has passed and all the technology seems to be the fucking same?
Basically, yes. The only real thing that's different, like there's not like orcs are just coming into being in existence. What else? There aren't hobbits yet. There's the precursor to hobbits, which are Harfoots. Being the difference really being that they travel. They're not just stationary in the Shire. It's a lot about Galadriel. She's probably the name that you Galadriel and Elrond are the names that you would really remember.
Yes. Galadriel. Okay, I can see her face.
Yeah.
And Elrond, that was what you call it, right? That was
Hugo Weaving.
Smith. Yeah, that was Smith. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Blue is with me. There is no more boring IP than Lord of the Rings. Yeah, he falls asleep during the movies. I am 100% with you, dog. Like, yo, I cannot stay up through a whole movie. Like and that's before the extended cuts.
I think it's more of a boring read than watch, but I respect where you're coming from.
Yeah, and they say Tolkien, is not really a fan of us.
Don't do that.
They say he's not. I don't know. I mean, we know Dr. Seuss is not a fan. Like, Dr. Seuss is very much not a fan. But yeah, there's a few of those old cats are not really a big fan of black people. So.
There was like a whole thing about black representation in this new show. And I was saying it to a coworker before it got to be a big thing, but I don't have a problem with them putting black people in there. I just have a problem that it doesn't really make sense. Like, there's no place in the lore where there are traditionally black people, which goes to what you're saying of not being a fan of us. He didn't put us in there. But like, there's just random, like, dad is a black dude, mom is white, and kid is white. How does that work? There's a black elf dude. He's pretty cool. His name was Aaron. He's cool.
I saw one of the people, the guy that plays in the Undoing, one of the shows that I did for Return to Oswald. He is an elf. I've seen him on like one of the covers. He might be the elf that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Short hair.
I'm gonna look it up. You do as you do. I'm looking.
Yeah.
Okay. The guy that I'm talking about is he? Yeah, he is.
Aaron Deer.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That's the guy who played in The Undoing.
I never saw The Undoing, but yeah, he does a good job. His line is probably my favorite storyline.
The Undoing is a really good, like 6 episodes. It's 6 episodes. That's all it is. Don't get spoiled. Go watch that shit and like just have yourself a ball. Like it's a murder mystery with rich white people in New York City. Like
Where can I consume this?
This is HBO. It is
Okay.
only six. It's only 6 episodes.
Okay.
And like it start Nicole Kidman and fucking Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant is fucking fantastic. And Donald Sutherland has a Donald Sutherland moment in this show that is worth the price of admission by itself. Like for real. For real. Because it was like because at the beginning you're just kinda like, oh yeah, okay, Nicole Kidman's dad is played by Donald Sutherland. It was like, why would you get Donald Sutherland in this? And there's that one episode where Donald Sutherland does his thing.
Yep.
And it's like, that is why you hire that guy to do this job. I gotta stop emoting and like using my hands and shit if I'm still like lagging.
It is what it is. It's all good. It's funny because we get to hear it and then see it, so it's hilarious.
Yeah. Weird.
That's all I got, and I'm up on it now. I hear my son starting to act a fool.
So we appreciate you, dog. You know what it is. Holla at your boy. You're welcome back on anytime you want.
For sure, I'm gonna try and get on again before I have to go back to work. So expect it.
Word up. Word up. Holla at your boy. We got you.
All right. I appreciate it, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Scarcasm,
love you.
So
Mwah.
I'm not gonna hold up the peace sign so the lag don't hit me and then I look like a damn fool.
All right, y'all.
Peace, bro. All right. So, what we got left?
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I was just gonna say I was playing Persona 5 Royal on the Game Pass, and when I was talking about going back to last gen, is that when I play on the PC versus play on the Xbox One, I can definitely tell the difference. But I also play on my old laptop, which plays it fine. But I just don't want to play something like that I know is going to look 10 times better on PC or PlayStation 5 on like a PS4. And I have the Xbox One S, so it's a little bit better in the vanilla. I have a vanilla PlayStation 4, you know what I mean? So
Me too. I have a vanilla PlayStation 4 and I have a vanilla Xbox One. Then I have the S. Which people are starting not to like the S because they said few reports are coming out with developers saying like, why do we keep having to develop for this shit? Why can't we just develop for the big dog? Is basically.
Right. I mean, I get it. I mean,
Blue said like you, he's waiting on Ragnarok.
but it's just dang nasty ass shit. So that's pretty much all I've been playing. I mean, I went back and watched Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, and those were fun.
Yeah.
I like the
Have
fact
you
that
made it to No Way Home in your watch? Are you still in?
I haven't. I was just watching those like when I was at work when it was slow, and I just like how New York they do that shit. Because in other movies, it's almost that like they forget that Spider-Man's a New Yorker.
Andrew Garfield is the best quippy Spider-Man. He's the best. Like when he's in the suit, or like when the suit things are happening, because some of that is CG. When suit things are happening, like the stuff that he says in the suit is closer to Spider-Man that we know and love than the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's saying like witty things while doing things. Like Tom Holland is the best child. Like you actually believe that he is he is a child, a high schooler. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah, like what's his name was like. I rewatched Fear and Loathing again like a few years ago, and I was like, dude's in that, and he's like half bald. Like, how old is he? And this was like that movie
Yeah,
came out in the 90s, and I was like, geez,
yeah,
he was
yeah.
like almost
He was
30 in that movie.
he was really old to be playing a child. But that's the thing when you talk about Cobra Kai. Ralph Macchio was like 26 years old when he made the first movie. You know what I mean? Like he was not young at all. Like so, like that idea that like you have these much older gentlemen playing these supposedly teenagers.
Yeah, but that's
But
always
like,
how
yeah,
it is because of
Ralph Macchio was like 60 years old now.
you have to think about like actors are workers too, and like if you have a child actor, they have to go with child work laws, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of like all those 90210 people were like really old to be playing high schoolers, especially the one chick to play Andrea. She was like much older than the rest of them. Like it's crazy. So when they brought the show back and like they're all like adults now, she's like super fucking old compared to the rest of them.
I mean, it's actually surprising we have child actors at all. I mean, because technically it is child labor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but sometimes it's better to have you need a child to be a child.
Right.
In a
Yeah,
lot of
I know
cases,
you
like
do.
the child to be a little bit older.
So I know why, because you need a child. If you're having someone be a 5-year old, you can't just have Ernest or Marlon Wayans to be in like a or uh
But but then also like I have one of my homeboys from the next street over from me. His daughter is a child actress,
mhm.
and she is in everything. Like she's like Disney. She's in like Disney Channel stuff.
Right.
Like she played in the Harriet Tubman movie, but she was also like a random person in the Black Widow movie, High School Musical, like all of this stuff. Like she's in all that, the new all that. Like,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
like you literally meant she was in all of that. I thought you meant like she's in all
no,
that.
no, I meant all
That-
that the TV show. It's like so like
I
sometimes
didn't
you gotta let the kids be a kid.
I didn't hate the reboot of all that. I mean, it definitely wasn't for me, but I was like,
Never watched it.
it's still in the spirit of it. And dude, fucking Kel, he still got it, man. Dude, like all the other kids were on there, but when he was on there, and I was like, dude, it's like he's in his fucking element.
And Keenan. I think I saw somewhere that Keenan is the longest SNL cast member.
Yep, it's crazy.
That's crazy. The motherfucker from Good Burger is like the longest SNL cast member. It's wild to me.
Yeah, that's
Motherfucker from
crazy.
Good Burger.
Cause
All right, so, all right, I think we can wrap this up. But I want to talk about I want to talk about two things.
okay.
I tried to play something different. I put on Tropical 6. Because I figured there's another one of those kind of games, and I'm getting to the end of 2 Point Campus, so I was thinking about what am I going to be able to do next, type of thing. So I was like, oh, Tropical 6 is on Game Pass, whatever. Man, just going through the tutorials bored me to tears. Like I literally, like was playing through the tutorial, and like I woke up at some point. I didn't even realize I had fell asleep. I was just. You know what I mean? So I don't think Tropical 6 is going to be the one. And then I watched the Weird Al movie.
My son was watching some of that.
Weird Al movie is just pure fun. It's just pure fun. It is so. It is because the whole thing is he makes parody songs, and it's kind of like that movie is kind of a parody of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he says in real life, he met Madonna one time. They talked for about 45 seconds, and that was it. Madonna is, like, the main part of this movie. The Madonna and their relationship is the... I got to stop doing things with my hands so I don't look like an idiot. Madonna is like a main part of this movie. Like it's like their relationship and all of this kind of stuff. Like it, there's so many cameos. Like a ton of people play just minor characters and stuff like that. Even Weird Al himself plays in there as another character.
Hmm.
Weird Al plays a record executive.
Have you ever
There he goes.
tried a Twinkie weenie, a weenie Twinkie?
Nope. Sounds
It's
disgusting.
it's the hot dog and a Twinkie with the cheese whiz on it from UHF.
Nope.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I just was wondering if you did.
But yeah, I watched that. That was a pretty good movie, and Harry Potter did a really good job as Weird Al. Like there was not a hint of his accent at all. Throughout the whole movie, there was not a hint of his accent. How can Brits play us, but we can't play Brits?
That's weird. Like dude from Walking Dead sitting there playing like a dude from like like Georgia, and like we're just like, yep, that's the dude from Georgia. you know?
Yeah, and Idris Elba in The Wire. Like most people watched The Wire, they thought he was a dude from Baltimore. Like he didn't seem like he was anything else other than a dude from Baltimore.
Right.
But if they can do us, we can't do them. But yeah, that movie is really good and it's free. It's on the Roku channel. I got a two Roku TVs, so I was able to watch it. There were commercials, but it didn't matter to me. It was actually a solid movie, and because it doesn't take itself seriously, and I love the running gag of he decides he doesn't want to make parody songs anymore, so he makes "Eat It," and then Michael Jackson makes "Beat It" after him. It's totally worked out that way, and he just constantly says it was totally that way, 100%. Like what I mean, he said he made "Eat It" first. Then it was like, Michael Jackson made "Beat It." What is it about eggs? Like it's kind of like a running gag. So like that is really cool. I really like that movie. I would maybe give it some time, but I would be willing to watch it again.
Cool.
So thank you everybody for checking us out. I don't know why my screen is lagging. And I can see it on the stream. My shit is not very clear at all. I don't know what's going on with this. But yeah, do the things like, share, subscribe, tell everybody. Go to Geeks Gone Raw Universe and check out our reactions. Consider being a patron. We are down patrons. I don't know what happened, but we are down patrons. We only have one now. And yeah, consider being a patron. We need to sit down and really kind of go back through Patreon and like figure out what we're going to do. But also one of the cool things
when
about
we started,
Patreon,
when we started Patreon, it was right in the middle of the pandemic, and we were like,
it was right before, it was right before the pandemic, and right when I got everything where I wanted it to be, the pandemic had hit already.
and then everyone's like,
Excellent.
we were like, we don't want to be asking people for money when they ain't got no jobs.
We should tell me some tighten my wires. I'm wireless, hun. All right, I'm wireless.
What he needs to
All of
do
this
is
wireless.
download because I was
It's been
thinking
wireless
about
this whole
doing
time.
Discord Nitro so I can get the 1080p video for us, but like, you gotta be on
My
that.
my camera only does 720.
But even still, you're not 720 now. You need to download the Discord app so we can actually get 720.
It's 720 most of the time. It's just not doing this right now for some reason. This is the first time it's done this. It's not done this before, right?
It
I
does
don't
it.
know
It does it
why it's-
sometimes.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. So I guess we'll figure that part out. So Yeah. So yeah. Go to Geeks Gone Raw Universe. Go to Chase's YouTube page. Did we ever put the YouTubes in the show notes? We probably need to double check that.
Oh,
Go to my. I'm playing Two Point Campus. Are you still playing? You still playing?
oh, the fear.
Here.
Well, I have like 3 more episodes to do. I was wanting to do it during October, and then things got a little crazy, and I didn't get to finish the game. But it's basically the end of the game. I don't even know if I'm going to make that like 3 videos because I was doing each like little chapter, but the last 2 chapters are like just a couple of minutes each. you know,
Okay,
so,
so just make one video,
yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing. But
longer video.
yeah, I just haven't finished, so it's basically the end of the game. So I don't know what I'm gonna do next, but it has been. I've been really enjoying recording and editing the video and posting it in advance versus streaming.
Yes. Oh yeah, shout out to all the people who did the Extra Life. I did do the Digicast last week, so go check out the Digicast. That was a fun episode for me to do. And I watched a lot of their Extra Life stuff during the weekend. So check out the Digicast and check out Rob's YouTube page because I think that's where they did it through Robert Richburg's YouTube channel. I think that's where most of the live streams for Extra Life came through. So do that. And check out all of the people who do Extra Life. Like find somebody who is in your area, so that if you do donate to them or you donate your time to them, it's gonna go towards some children in your area.
Well, yeah, I want to do it again. The last marathon. I mean, I've done some Extra Life events, but very small, but like where I just game for Persona or something. The But the last thing that I did, but a marathon, was in 2019 where you came, and that was really fun. I would like to do something like that again, but just with the pandemic and stuff, it was just like not what we should be doing. But now, like a lot of that stuff is pretty much over with. I mean, I wouldn't say the pandemic's over, but it's definitely,
The feelings about it are over, pretty much.
yeah.
So yeah. All right. So thank you for checking us out. We'll be back in another 2 weeks for probably a shorter episode. Hopefully this job is going to start by then. Well, I'm going to have to do the thing to make it start by then. So, um,
And if we need to move the date of the recording the show, I'm cool with that. Which would also, I'm doing this on the podcast because it would also move the date to where the show goes live because, so it wouldn't be live.
I doubt that I'm going to want to change it because it will still stay a weekday. Because if I have 2 jobs and both of my jobs are during all of the weekdays, I'm gonna want my weekend for myself. Like I'm like fuck y'all, fuck y'all on the weekends. I'm real serious about that. Fuck y'all on the weekends. So that's what I'm looking at right now. So, but yeah, but anyway, thank you. We're out of here. Peace out to the Warriors. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
Later.